This is Jacob Teragouchi, and this is my second vlog for Business and Communications, Comm 259. We're just responding to the reading of the CC/CD method and conscious communication. And basically what I kind of got from it was the entire overall scheme of it, with choosing, creating, coordinating, and delivering the entire method in a whole. I feel it was really helpful for me because I'm kind of the person that goes like step by step with things, and the method basically, you kind of put everything out on the table beforehand to put it together and create the foundation of what you're doing beforehand, and that can be really helpful because pretty much planning anything is gonna help you in the long run, as opposed to just kind of winging it. With choosing the method, you're choosing, what message you're gonna create, how you're going to convey it. Like is it gonna be informative or persuasive or entertaining, um, and also who you're talking to, your target market, and things like that. As far as creating goes, you're creating the main topics and how you're going to talk about it and things like that. More of like the setting up, like the choosing is the foundation, and then the creating is, putting up the walls. And then there's coordination, and that's basically kind of putting your finishing touches on everything, making sure everyone has a job that they're going to do and that they're going to do it, the way that you guys want to, and that's basically, making sure everything's sealed up and ready to go. And then there's the delivery, which is, the final product, obviously. Something that I found interesting out of the article was establishing the criteria. Something I don't really think about too often because, a lot of times you just kind of take it for granted, like as a given. You establishing the criteria is something that you do, while you're researching it and while you're going on with it, as opposed to actually laying it out and saying this is the message we're trying to convey. Here's our main topics. Here's how we're going to talk about those main topics. And I feel like if that's something you can get down beforehand, it makes your delivery a lot easier, as well as your coordination, because you know everything you have to talk about, and so everyone knows everything that needs to be done, and then from there it's a lot easier to coordinate your delivery. As far as the delivery goes, it's gonna make your fluency and the naturalness of the presentation go a lot better, because everyone already knows the points that need to be given across, as opposed to us kind of like assuming what you're talking about just because even if your topic is really specific, it doesn't necessarily mean what you're talking about is the way you talk about it's going to be specific. So it's nice to actually lay down those the criteria of your presentation. As far as something that would be difficult in delivering your own advertising campaign, for me, like the coordination and delivery part is really easy. Presentations are like something that I enjoy doing, so talking in front of people is really natural to me, and I actually enjoy it. And the organization of it is something that I like to do as well. Choosing the topic is choosing everything is pretty easy for me, just because I always want to do something that I'm interested in or something that I'm somewhat passionate about, because it just makes everything a lot easier for you, because when you're interested in it, you're going to you're going to want to learn more about it as well, not just inform people but inform yourself. So when it comes to creating, a lot of times I get really flustered because I'm trying to move as quickly and efficiently as possible, and so a lot of times I feel like there are some main points or some subtopics that I might rush through, and so they may not be the best choices to deliver. A lot of times I write on the delivery to get me through things, and in reading this article, it kind of shows that every aspect of giving a presentation is really important, and I feel like the creating is something that I need to work on the most, just because of that fact that I'm always trying to be as efficient as possible, and in doing that, and it doesn't necessarily mean I need to go as fast as possible, but sometimes I think that's the way my mind works. So that's kind of what I got from the entire article of the CC/CD method.